Oh, somebody was asking about saying the Shane Beamer thing. Yeah, he's not the only one. I just saw a clip yesterday on Twitter that somebody had posted, and I've been saying this for years, and so have a lot of other people too. But it comes up every year at this time when we start having the spring games, and you can fix a lot of this. With the problem with playing FCS teams. Well, there's a lot of problems with it, but the argument in favor for a lot of these teams to play FCS teams that you're going to win. I mean, 99 out of 100 games, Clemson's going to beat Furman or fucking Charleston Southern or whoever. They play Charleston Southern this year, I think. So 99 out of 100 times, or maybe even more than that, Clemson's going to win that game, or any other Power 5 team's going to win that game. And they go, but this is how they fund their entire athletic program, Pete. And I go, well, there's other ways to fund their athletic program other than playing the game in the regular season. These spring games, I go to the spring game every year for Clemson, but I don't go to the spring football game for the football. It's a glorified scrimmage. They don't even touch the quarterback. 60% of the starters, the stars, don't play in it because why would they risk getting injured? The upperclassmen, it's, the only football related reason to go to the spring game is to see who the new hotshot freshman that comes in. Like, you want to see what he looks like, especially if it's a quarterback or a running back or one of the skill players. So that's really the only football reason. Other than that, it's a social event. And that's really the reason I go to it, is to hang out with some buddies and have a good time the night before and after the game. Rarely do I even stay for the whole spring game. It's usually like the first half or maybe the first 3 quarters or something. And that's it. But you can solve both problems by playing an actual football game, a full contact game against an FCS team in your state for the spring game. First of all, the game would probably sell out. I know part of it is that the spring game is free. Well, I think most places the spring game is free, right? It is at Clemson. But sell, whatever, $20 tickets. And if you want to sit down on the field, maybe charge them $40 or something, whatever it is. The game at Clemson would sell out if they were playing an actual football game. Because people are starving for football in the spring. So the game would sell out. Take all of the proceeds from that game and give it to Furman or Charleston Southern or whatever. And then if you want to just be friendly and throw a couple extra dollars on top for good measure, there you go. So that solves the problem with them getting their money. That solves the problem of eliminating the FCS game from the regular season schedule, where you can put a Power 5 team on there. Or at the very least, maybe a group of 5 team, like a decent group of 5 team. Right? So this is what Shane Beamer said yesterday. I think I saw Hugh Freeze say the same thing. And a lot of other coaches have said this as well. I'm sure there's probably some coaches that don't like the idea of that. Maybe they won't come out and say it, but maybe a lot of coaches like the fact that you get a cupcake game, either the first game or second game of the year, so you can work out your position and see who's, it's sort of like it's kind of like a practice, but they wouldn't say it, right? I mean, it is a good formula, especially in the playoff era. If you just go down the list of all the playoff teams and national champions, there is one common thread there, and most of those teams play FCS teams either early in the year or the week before their big rivalry game. And it's kind of like a week off to heal up, because those rivalry games can be important to get in the playoffs. Right? So, I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen though. So it's really, and that's what Beamer said yesterday. He's like, I've been screaming this for 15 years, but nobody's listening. So he doesn't expect it to change, and neither do I. But yeah, it is what it is.